Hello and welcome to Amsterdam. My name is Tom Hall. I'm the webmaster for Hannah and Egbert Bot, the owners of Bot Bed and Breakfast. And I thought it would be nice to do a nice little video that would show you how to get from Schiphol Airport to their bed and breakfast in Haarlem. When you arrive in Schiphol Airport, this is what you'll see. It's the arrivals hall. And there's basically three ways that you can get to their bed and breakfast. You can take a taxi, you can take a bus, or you can take a train. If you take the train, you'll buy your tickets right here behind me. If you're going to take the bus, which is what I like to do, you're going to want to buy one of these. It's called a Stippen card. And you can get this in any of the news magazine outlets here in the airport. So the way this works is, this is a large Stippen card. It cost me 22 euros and 50 cents. And there's different slots on here for spaces, if you will. So when you're going from point A to point B, like for example from Schiphol Airport to Haarlem, you'll have to stick this in and maybe like the seventh, maybe it takes you 7 spaces to go to Haarlem. So we're going to head on outside. I'll show you where to catch the bus and we'll get on our way to Haarlem. Okay, so once you're outside the arrivals hall, this is what you're going to see. This is the front entrance of Schiphol Airport. And you can see over here are people standing in line waiting for taxis. And if you come out of the airport and go just beyond this area where they're waiting for taxis, you'll see some bus stops over on the other side. And you're looking for a red bus. It's the bus number 300. And when you walk out of the airport, the bus is going to be headed in the direction to your left. So don't get on the bus going to Amsterdam, the 300. Get on the 300 going to Haarlem. So let's go ahead and get on board. Okay, so here we are at the bus stop, and this is bus stop B4. And up there on the kiosk, you'll see the little timetable. Our bus is coming. They come every 15 minutes or so. So just look for the 300 bus to Haarlem. And they'll come right down from this direction here. Okay, so here's our bus right on time. We're going to go ahead and get on, and we'll head on over to Haarlem. Okay, when you get on the bus, you want to stamp your ticket. So I'm going to fold this. It takes 7 of these to go to Haarlem. And you can see I've already stamped it. But what you would do is you would just take it like this, fold it, stick it in the machine, and stamp. And you're good to go all the way to Haarlem. Okay, the drive over to Haarlem, it's very nice. It's scenic. And as you can see, there's plenty of bikes here. A lot of people come and they ride their bikes down to the train station or to the bus station. Here's a schoolyard, if you can see this. Just look at all the bikes that are parked in the school. The trip over to Haarlem is probably about 20 minutes by bus, and it's a nice ride. Okay, so when you're coming into Haarlem, which is what we're doing right here, this is what you'll see. And you have 2 choices. You can get off at the Centrum, or the Central of Haarlem, or you can go to the station. If you go to the station, you can take another bus that will bring you a little bit closer to the bed and breakfast, or you can take a taxi. Alternatively, you can get off in the center, and if you don't have too much luggage, it's about a 5 to 10 minute walk to the bed and breakfast. So we're going to be getting off here in just a moment, and I'll show you how to walk over to the bed and breakfast. Okay, so when you're arriving in Haarlem, you have a couple stops that you could get off at. You can get off, if you're on the 300, you can get off in the center, or you can go all the way to the station. If you go to the station, you could catch a connecting bus that'll bring you a little bit closer to the Bot Bed and Breakfast, or you could take a taxi right to their front door. With the 300, I like to get off in the center, and from the center, if you don't have a lot of luggage, it's an easy 10-minute walk, 5-minute walk to the bed and breakfast. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We'll be getting off here in just a minute, and I'll show you how to walk over to the bed and breakfast. Okay, so when you get into Haarlem and you get off in the Centrum, this is what you'll see. And if you come around, you want to be really careful about the bikes. Make sure you walk on the sidewalk and not in the bike lanes. But you want to look for this sign right there. It's V and D. Right there, V and D. And what you're going to do is you're going to walk straight down that street, and that will take you in the direction of the Bot Bed and Breakfast. Okay, here's a landmark that you'll be able to recognize when you're walking to the bed and breakfast. And you're just going to come straight down this street, and it'll take you to a little intersection with another street, and we'll show you how to get to the bed and breakfast from there. Okay, at the end of the street that you started walking down by the V&D, this is what you're going to come to. It's a little intersection, if you will, and there's a little green phone booth that you'll recognize. And what you want to do is you just want to keep walking straight. You'll know you're getting pretty close to the Bot Bed and Breakfast when you see this statue right here, statue of 3 women. And if you keep walking straight, you'll see at the end of the street on the right, there's a supermarket. It's called Albert Heijn, I believe, or something. But we'll be there in just a moment. But just keep walking in this direction, and you'll come to a canal. Okay, when you see the supermarket here on the right, Albert Heijn, I believe it's pronounced, you're just about at the Bot Bed and Breakfast. You're going to see a flower stand. Depending on the time of the day, it'll be either open or not open. And then the Bot Bed and Breakfast is just over the other side of the canal, and it's on those houses right down there. So we'll go ahead and walk over there and say hello to our host. So here we've arrived at the street where the bed and breakfast is located. You'll see a Gandhi Indian restaurant, and you come down here, this row of houses. We'll be at the Bot Bed and Breakfast in just a moment, and you can see that it's situated right on a very nice canal setting, which you'll really enjoy. Okay, so here we are. We've arrived at the Bot Bed and Breakfast. It's number 40, and you can see here we've got Hannah Bot. I'm gonna ring the bell. And I believe Edgar will probably be, Egbert will probably be the gentleman opening up the door here, provided that he's home. Well, look who it is. We have Egbert here. Egbert, I was just showing, come on out.
Okay.
How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
You made it this time.
Yes, I made it this time. So I'm just, I was showing everyone how they can get from Schiphol Airport to the bed and breakfast, taking the number 300
and it
bus.
was very easy.
It was no problem. We took the number 300 bus, we got off in the Centrum, and then we walked down, we came by the supermarket and a little flower stand.
That's the way to do it.
And here we are.
Welcome.
So let's go on inside. Okay, come on, let's go on inside and we'll get to know Edgar a little bit better. Okay.